Day 50 Cent was shot, I was walking through, and BMF was there too. Meechnam was there too.
Who has more cred than you, living after being shot 9 fucking times?
I don't know what the criteria are for street credibility. Or
That's
if
it.
If there's something that creates more merit for you. I looked at that experience as something that was unfortunate that I had to.
I forget, why the guy shot you 9 times? Was it drugs or something?
It was paid to do it.
He was paid to...
Everybody knows 50 Cent got shot 9 times back in the day. That's old news. But what most folks don't know is that Gone Deal was actually one of the first to check in on him right after it happened. Now, here's where things get real twisted. Gone was rocking with the murder inquest crew at the time, which meant he had serious inside info about the streets and the industry beefs going on. And get this, 50 later ended up taking down the same man who was tied to the shooting.
Karma.
Explain to me again why this guy was hired to shoot you 9 times.
Well, he was paid because someone, felt like that I would potentially do something to them if they kept going in the direction that they were going.
Man, you are tough.
But now 50 is flipping the script, claiming Gene didn't just make a sympathy call. He might have been one of the main reasons 50 survived that wild night. Start connecting the dots and it all starts looking way too calculated. What really happened during that hit? Who was pulling strings behind the scenes while 50 was fighting for his life? Gene Deal, former bodyguard to Diddy, just came out with some heavy claims that could totally flip the way we look at 50's infamous 2000 shooting.
That Irv Gotti and them had put it out there like they was a part of it and they was gonna do it that night, the day at the meeting.
For years, people have been throwing out theories about who really wanted 50 gone. But Gene's version hints that some serious power players were working in the shadows, orchestrating the whole thing. The deeper you go, the more the puzzle pieces fall into place. Gene says he was down in Mexico with a BMF crew when the word came in, 50 had just been hit 9 times. But here's where it really starts getting messy. 50's former manager reached out to Gone trying to connect with Supreme. Yes, that's Supreme, the one everyone links to 50's shooting. So now you've got to ask, why would someone from 50's own circle be trying to contact a guy who's allegedly tied to the hit? That alone throws up massive red flags. Like they already knew who was behind it and maybe weren't as shocked as they should have been. This ain't just beef. It's chess being played at the highest level. Gene Deal said the tension was already thick, and Murder Incorporated's name kept popping up everywhere.
It needs therapy. I don't care if you agree with the rationale, and 50-50, he gonna stand in it. He gonna stand strong in it.
He is. I look at it from both.
According to him, folks from the label were moving like they knew something big was about to go down. Almost like 50 getting hit wasn't even a surprise to them. Let's be real, 50 Cent and Murder Incorporated had one of the most explosive beefs in hip-hop history. So when Gene started calling out the strange moves he saw from their crew, people didn't just brush it off. The streets started buzzing, and fans began throwing out names, saying Irv Gotti and Ja Rule might have been deeper in this than anyone thought. And this wasn't just wild fan theories. This was happening right as 50 was rising to the top and Murder Incorporated was holding their crown. Now here's where things get even wilder. Murder Incorporated wasn't just some rap label, they had serious street ties. Everybody knew Irv Gotti's camp was tight with Supreme, one of the most feared names in the game. By 2003, things blew up when federal agents raided Murder Incorporated's offices. The feds were looking into major money laundering and connections to Supreme's drug empire. Suddenly, all the whispers about the streets and the industry being connected didn't seem so far-fetched. Irv and his brother ended up beating the charges, but the whole case made people start asking real questions. If Supreme really wanted 50 out of the picture, was Murder Incorporated just sitting back and watching? Or were they more involved than anybody's admitting?
And they are now where?
Oh, the guy who actually shot me is dead. And the guy who paid him got life in jail.
Got life in jail.
Now jump to the present. 50 Cent still hasn't let it go. When Irv Gotti recently passed, you'd think maybe he'd drop the beef and let things rest. But nope. 50 went straight to Instagram and started clowning him. No RIP, no sympathy, just jokes. That says everything. That grudge is still alive and 50 is not backing down. Not even a little bit. And when it comes to Gene Deal's claims, 50 didn't dodge it. He reposted the whole interview on his page, basically giving it his full approval. And let's be clear, 50 doesn't co-sign just anything. So the fact that he backed Gone like that, yeah, it speaks volumes. 50 Cent has always been sharp when it comes to separating street rumors from verified information. So for him to publicly endorse Gene Deal's account suggests there's likely some truth behind those claims. But the narrative takes a darker twist with a mention of Daryl Homobaum, a figure far from anonymous in the world of street politics. Baum wasn't just another name in the mix. He was closely associated with Mike Tyson, reportedly serving as his personal bodyguard. Their relationship dated back to their early days in Brooklyn and solidified over time, with Baum's reputation in the streets adding a layer of protection to Tyson's inner circle. However, this connection only adds complexity to the broader situation. While Tyson has never been officially linked to anything related to 50 Cent's shooting, there has always been speculation surrounding what he might have known. To this day, there's no hard proof tying him to the incident, and 50 himself has never directly accused him, but Baum's role was subtly acknowledged. If you've listened to Many Men, then you're already familiar with Baum's name and how his fate played out.
Nice guy, but he acts like he's the murderous.
Yeah, he's really, real nice guy.
Yeah, I know, that's why he hides his heart and tries to, you motherfucker, I'll kill you.
But just 3 weeks after 50 was shot, Baum was fatally gunned down in Brooklyn during a reported dispute over narcotics. Given that his name had already surfaced in connection with the shooting, the timing of his death intensified suspicions. Many have questioned whether it was a coincidence or part of a broader cycle of retaliation within street circles. Shifting to another figure in 50's orbit, Monster, the rapper's longtime bodyguard, is reportedly preparing to break his silence. Allegedly, he's asking for a 6-figure deal to sit down and reveal sensitive information about his time with 50. Monster wasn't merely part of the security team. He was 50's trusted enforcer. A low-profile operator known for his quiet but commanding presence, Monster was constantly by 50's side, handling protection with near-military precision. While very little is publicly known about his background, his consistent presence in early G-Unit videos speaks volumes about the critical role he played in maintaining order around one of hip-hop's most targeted figures. You've probably seen Monster before, always lurking in the background, staying 10 steps ahead of the chaos. There's even a clip of 50 strolling through an airport while Monster's ducking the paparazzi, doing everything to stay out of sight like a real-life ghost in the mix. Whenever 50 hit the stage at clubs, Monster was right there, eyes sharp, scanning the crowd, ready for anything. One of his most talked about moments. That intense standoff on stage between 50 and Trav. If you peep the footage, you'll catch Monster locked in, watching Trav like a hawk, ready to step in if things popped off. But now things have flipped. Word is 50 cut Monster loose. And that's where it gets spicy. Allegedly, Monster's got receipts. And not just the basic stuff.
The call I got about Monster Whack, nigga, like this
Monster called me 18 months ago, Ray.
He's supposedly sitting on serious secrets, including a mysterious YouTube video that was rumored to expose 50's past crimes before it mysteriously vanished. And here comes the twist. Whack 100 jumped on the Getty radio show claiming Monster is trying to bag $1 million interview to spill it all. If that's true, whatever Monster knows must be nuclear. Even now, folks are still coming for 50. That 9-shot survival didn't scare off his enemies, it just made them more careful. Just 8 months after Get Rich or Die Tryin' blew up the charts, 50 almost got caught again. This time in Jersey City, September 2003. He was leaving a hotel when someone opened fire on him and his crew. Total setup. But this time, no one got hit. 50 walked away untouched, but the message was clear as day. Somebody still wanted him gone. After that second attempt, 50 knew he couldn't move like a regular rapper anymore. The streets were still hot, and he had to switch up fast. More security, less exposure, total lockdown mode. Back then he had Frank Alexander, aka Big Frank, rolling with him, making sure nothing slipped.
We got up there, we came in and shit. You had Navy SEALs with him, 2 in all directions. Bob was about 6 up.
When you get hurt that bad, either your fear consumes you or you become a bit insensitive.
Mm-hmm.
So just after...
Which one was it for you?
There was a point that I was afraid.
Afraid?
Yeah, following that.
But now 50 is rolling deep with ex-military and ex-police on his team. He doesn't play with safety. He's always 2 steps ahead, like a boss who's lived through too many close calls. With everything that's gone down over the years, it makes total sense why 50 Cent stays on point 24/7 after surviving 9 shots, backstabs, and multiple setups. Trust is a luxury he can't afford. From industry snakes to street politics, even some folks who were once tight with him, they've all switched up. And honestly, the one person who's consistently looked out for him? Gene Deal. The second word got out that 50 had been shot, Gon was already on the phone trying to piece it all together. He wasn't out here chasing clout. He was hunting for the truth. And now, years later, he's still dropping bombs that most people are too scared to even whisper about. While others stayed quiet or played both sides, Gene was out here paying attention, sounding alarms. And if 50 didn't give him props back then, you can tell now he finally sees who really had his back. But let's be real. What do you think is going on here? If Gene really had the inside scoop from way back, how deep does this rabbit hole go? Is Monster really about to spill everything for a bag? Or is there a whole other game being played behind the scenes? And after all these years, Why does it still feel like some people out there still want 50 off the board? Sound off in the comments below. I want to hear all your theories. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a drop. Share this video with someone who needs to hear the real story, and I'll catch you on the next one.